What's up, writing workshop? Thank goodness, last virtual video for this week. You'll notice that I am combining Thursday and Friday's lessons together. I want to give you lots of time to wrap up college application essays. This video, I just want to cover how to edit and publish, so how to proofread your own work this time, as well as how to turn it in properly in Schoology. We'll walk through that in this video. Again, you will have today and tomorrow to complete this work. I don't quite know where everyone's at yet on the college application essay, so I needed to build in some time. We'll talk about that more after a quick prayer here. Alright, I hope you've had a chance to pause the video, say a prayer if you needed to. Otherwise, we're just going to continue. You'll notice this video is titled Finishing Your Essay. Just want to give you some pointers on how to proofread your own work once you're done drafting your essay, as well as how to turn it in properly in Schoology. As I mentioned a moment ago, I do still have a number of you to reach out to individually. Yesterday, just trying to keep up with my freshmen ended up being a full-time job, so there's still a great number of you that I need to touch base with about how things are going with your college application essay, see how I can help you finish between today and tomorrow. I plan to start that work really as soon as I get this video released, and then continue that into the afternoon today. I am still working on some earlier grading as well. I'll be popping into the school building to kind of do both at the same time. One thing you'll notice as I open up this lesson is that your essay itself will be due in Schoology by the end of Friday. That's no change from what it originally was going to be. My goal is to work through college application essays before the first grade report drops here in another week and a half or so. Once again, one lesson for 2 days right here, September 28th and 29th. We're watching Finishing Your Essay. And one thing I'll point out is I have attached a revising and editing checklist here, specifically for the college application essay. So if you click the document, it'll download. I'm just going to click View. And I just want to walk you through some things to look for as you are kind of finishing up and editing your own college application essay here. One thing I will say, just with the nature of this virtual week, I will ask that you proofread on your own or have another student or a family member proofread with you. I don't quite have the time and space right now to proofread a whole bunch of college application essays. But one thing I will tell you is after I do grade them, you'll have a chance to revise up to 100% of what you missed. So the first side of this document is revising, so just making sure all the ideas are there. It just breaks up into parts, so introduction, do you have a great attention getter, do you give necessary information and lead into your thesis, and so on. Body paragraphs, notice that it could be one, could be more than one. Does each begin with a clear topic sentence? Are you staying focused on the prompt question? Are you supporting your thesis statement? Something to watch out for in your body paragraphs is, are they focused on yourself? If your prompt is asking you to reflect on your own life. Conclusion, do you restate your thesis? Do you recap the information in your body? Do you have a final thought that highlights the relevance of your topic? Something to think about there is, does your essay close in such a way that points towards the future for you, for college or career or family goals, those kinds of things? Whole essay revision is just stuff to look for in general. Do your ideas flow in logical order, or does anything need to be moved or reorganized? Are there any sections that are just plain confusing or hard to read? Does the essay reflect well on your character? When you get to the end of your essay, does that reflect positively upon yourself? Does your essay take some kind of creative risk and avoid cliches? In other words, does your essay help you to stand out from other similar essays or other similar students who might be trying to apply to the same schools? Second side is editing. So these are things like spelling, punctuation, what else is there? Grammar and format, some things to watch for. I won't cover all of these because you can read them for yourself, but some things especially to watch out for. One thing to watch out for especially are comma splices, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago. Again, comma splices can be corrected with semicolons, splitting into multiple sentences, adding necessary conjunctions, rewording sentences. Those are one thing to watch out for especially. If you use any quotes, like if you're starting an essay with a quote, make sure that you're enclosing those in quotation marks. If you ever have to show possession, are you using apostrophes correctly? Those are things to watch out for punctuation-wise. Grammar-wise, most important things are sentence structure. So is your essay free of sentence fragments? Read every sentence aloud just to listen to see if it's a complete logical sentence. Same thing with run-ons. Read every sentence out loud to listen for pauses that should be there as well. If you are noticing run-on sentences, you can consider dividing them into multiple sentences or rephrasing them so that they flow better, repunctuating them, for instance. And then just some format reminders. Do you have an MLA heading in your upper left-hand corner? Is your font the right size and double-spaced? Is each new paragraph indented? Hit that tab button on your keyboard to indent. And then once again, check your word limit, or your word count, in the lower left-hand corner, just to make sure it fits within the word limit of your specific prompt. I know many of you are doing the Common application. As a reminder, minimum to aim for on Common application is 300 words. You try not to go above 650 words on those particular prompts. Again, this checklist is yours to use. If you want to ask someone else to proofread for you, go ahead. I will tell you that it's not looking fantastic for me to proofread a ton of essays, but again, I'll be reaching out to you individually anyway, just to see how things are going and see how I can help that way. The last thing to look at today is how to turn in essays using Turnitin.com. What I love about using Turnitin.com in Schoology is that you will never have to actually log into Turnitin.com yourself. This just allows us to turn them in Schoology, and we still get all the benefits of using Turnitin. My view is going to be different from yours here. Mine's going to show my inbox, which is empty because I haven't opened it just yet. On your end, you should see a blue button that says something like Upload Submission. From there, you'll have two options. You can either just download your document to your computer from Microsoft Word and upload it that way, or you should see a button that says Cloud Submission. Cloud Submission allows you to get into OneDrive and select your file that way. You'll just want to find the file by whatever name you gave that file, whether it's your last name, an essay, or whatever it might be that you called it. That's what you'll be looking for there. Turnitin should give you pretty automatic feedback on similarity, plagiarism. I'm not too worried about plagiarism with these essays. Keep in mind it does tell me if you use something like an AI to write some of your writing. So please make sure you're writing this entirely on your own, based on your outline. I will tell you that we will spend some time in class later on walking through just feedback on Turnitin to kind of show you or help you navigate it and help you revise that way. Again, you will be able to revise your essay up to 100% of what you missed after I'm done grading them. Last note on the topic of grading. As you guys know, I like to take my time as I grade and comment on writing. My only goal with these essays is to get them all in the gradebook before our first grade report drops. My own personal policy when it comes to grading as well is that if you beat me to the punch on grading, I will not mark your essay late. So I know some of you got off to a slower start than others on this essay. I know some of you struggle more with virtual days than others, so I'll be mindful of that as I'm grading. You can count on me grading something like 5 or 6 essays or so per day until I get these done. So that does mean that I'll start with those of you who are more ready first, move on to ones that need more time later. It builds in just some natural time for you to get caught up if you need. The only thing I don't want for you is to be juggling multiple essays at the same time. That is not fun at all. So once again, I'll reach out to you over the course of the day just to see how things are going as you're finishing off your college application essay. If you're ready to turn it in today, fantastic. If you need to turn it in tomorrow, that's not a problem. I'll use this next week as we're starting our next project to grade these things. Until then, later.